Hey, basketball fans, welcome back to Tips and Streams, your go-to spot for the hottest NBA regular season predictions. I'm Kokan, and I'm here to break down today's matchups and give you the edge you need to make the best bets. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. Your support means the world to us. Remember, our channel has no sponsors and relies solely on the love and support of viewers like you. Even a small donation by pressing the thanks button under the video helps us keep bringing you top-notch content every day. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow basketball enthusiasts. And we love hearing from you, so drop a comment below and let us know what you want to see in our forecasts. Your feedback helps us improve and bring you the content you crave. Let's jump right into today's NBA predictions. We've got some exciting games lined up, so stay tuned and let's get that winning streak going. Today we have predictions for 4 NBA games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Chicago Bulls. As the Cleveland Cavaliers continue their red-hot start, they're set to clash with the Chicago Bulls in a matchup that promises intensity and grit. Cleveland remains undefeated and is riding high on confidence after a thrilling win over the Brooklyn Nets. In that game, the Cavs faced stiff resistance, nearly slipping against Brooklyn, but showed grit by rallying late to secure the victory. However, despite their win, they missed covering the spread, a trend worth noting as we move deeper into the season. On the other side, the Chicago Bulls finally broke their 4-game losing streak with an impressive win over the Atlanta Hawks. Coming in as underdogs, the Bulls defied expectations, putting together a strong offensive display and ending the night with a 125-113 win. This performance hints at the potential of a Bulls team that's still finding its footing. Key players like Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic, Kobe White, and rookie Julian Phillips all scored in double digits, demonstrating the balanced offense they're capable of bringing to the court. Chicago's offensive approach has been noteworthy. They're moving the ball well and spreading the scoring load, which adds an unpredictable layer to their game. While their defense has been solid in spots, they still have room to tighten up, particularly around the perimeter. Currently, they're limiting opponents to 32.4% from beyond the arc, a figure that ranks impressively against the league average. This will be critical against Cleveland, which has been lethal from deep, shooting over 52.8% from three-point range. Cleveland, meanwhile, is showcasing an impressive blend of chemistry and offensive firepower. With stars like Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, and Darius Garland at the helm, they're proving tough to beat. Mobley had a standout performance in the last game, scoring 23 points, grabbing 16 boards, and adding 4 steals, while Garland and Mitchell chipped in with solid numbers as well. The depth and versatility of this Cavs roster are evident, with each game providing different players the chance to shine. Historically, Cleveland has held the upper hand over Chicago, defeating them multiple times before the Bulls snatched an overtime win last February. This history adds intrigue, especially as the Bulls' improved three-point shooting could be a key weapon. Cleveland has struggled somewhat in defending the perimeter, which could give Chicago an edge if they catch fire from deep. While the Bulls have a chance to keep things close, Cleveland's current form makes them a tough team to go against. They've been playing at a high level, showing defensive strength and depth. Yet, given how sportsbooks adjust spreads for teams on a hot streak like Cleveland, the line may favor them heavily. Here's where Chicago could be an interesting option, betting on value rather than simply picking the superior team because, as you know in the NBA, the better team doesn't always win and cover the spread. For this matchup, I lean towards Chicago as the smarter play. With Cleveland likely to attract heavy betting support, the value might shift toward the Bulls, especially if they bring their balanced offense and outside shooting game. I expect this one to be a tight contest, and Chicago's improved distribution and perimeter game could make them a solid underdog pick here. The second prediction for today is for a game between the Brooklyn Nets and New Orleans Pelicans. As we head into Monday night's clash between the Brooklyn Nets and the New Orleans Pelicans, both teams are fighting to find their rhythm early in the season. Brooklyn, sitting at 4-6, has dropped 3 of its last 4 games, while New Orleans, at 3-7, is dealing with a series of injuries that have left them without key players, including Zion Williamson and DeAndre Murray. With each team battling unique challenges, let's break down what might shape this game. The Nets have shown bursts of solid play, but consistency remains elusive. In their recent 105-100 loss to the Cavaliers, they had the game in hand with a 12-point lead in the third quarter before turnovers and late-game execution let Cleveland take control. Shooting 44.7% from the field and 34.9% from deep, Brooklyn's 20 turnovers led to 26 points for the Cavs, underscoring their struggles to maintain momentum. Cameron Johnson led with 23 points on efficient shooting, supported by Cam Thomas and Dennis Schroeder with 22 points each. Despite their inconsistency, the Nets are strong 8-2 against the spread, showing they can keep games close even when they falter. However, their 1-4 road record highlights a need to perform better away from home. The Pelicans, meanwhile, have lost 4 straight games and are struggling without Zion's interior presence and scoring ability. In their recent 115-88 loss to the Magic, New Orleans shot only 38.1% from the field and 32.3% from three, while allowing Orlando to rack up 74 points in the paint compared to their own 30. Brandon Boston emerged as the top scorer with 26 points, but support from the rest of the squad was scarce. With a scoring average of just 107.2 points per game, ranking them 24th in the league, and inconsistent defense, New Orleans is finding it tough to keep up. They're only 2-8 against the spread, a stark contrast to Brooklyn's competitive nature. As for tonight's game, the Nets have an advantage with their guard rotation and more consistent scoring options. Cam Thomas, emerging as a reliable scorer, pairs well with Cameron Johnson to drive Brooklyn's offense. Meanwhile, the Pelicans are heavily dependent on Brandon Ingram, who's shouldering a huge offensive load without enough support, making New Orleans vulnerable, especially defensively in the paint. Considering the Pelicans' injury struggles and lack of depth, the Nets seem to have the edge in this matchup. Brooklyn's ability to force turnovers and maintain a steady offensive pace should put them in a favorable position. With their strong guard play and solid cover record, I'm backing Brooklyn to not only win, but also cover the spread on the road. New Orleans may put up a fight, but without a healthy lineup, they'll likely struggle to keep pace with the Nets.
Welcome to BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino, your ultimate hub for secure and thrilling sports betting and casino gaming. BetUS is one of the oldest and most reliable online sportsbooks in the U.S., serving millions of clients all over the globe each month. BetUS, trusted for over 30 years, offers huge welcome bonuses, countless betting options, and many deposit and payout methods. Depositing funds is a breeze and safe, with a minimum deposit of just $10. Payouts are fast and hassle-free, beginning at only $50. Choose from various payout options like MoneyGram, couriered check, cryptocurrency, or bank wire. Signing up is quick and easy. For signing up, you can use the link in the description and enjoy a generous 125% welcome bonus of up to $3,000. By signing up using the link in the description, you'll also support us as we earn a small commission from your registration at BetUS. Thank you for supporting us. Join now and start winning.
The third prediction for today is for a game between the Los Angeles Clippers and Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder and Los Angeles Clippers are about to lock horns in what promises to be a defensive showdown. Both squads have shown elite defensive capabilities this season, setting the stage for a battle where every possession matters. Let's dive into the strengths, the challenges, and the potential game-breaking factors in this much-anticipated matchup. The Clippers stumbled out of the gate with a 2-4 start, but they've rebounded impressively, stringing together 4 straight wins to climb to third in the Pacific Division. Their recent success hinges on a defensive resurgence that has kept opponents in check, holding them to a mere 100.8 points on average over the past 4 games. Currently, the Clippers allow only 106.3 points per game, the second best mark in the league, showcasing a defense that's truly found its form. Defensively, Los Angeles is stifling. They've managed to limit teams to 45.7% shooting from the field and 34.6% from beyond the arc, allowing just 12.3 three-pointers per game. Inside, they strengthened with 4.6 blocks a game and forced turnovers with an average of 8.3 steals. While their offense remains a work in progress, scoring 108.5 points per game, they balance it out with efficient shooting, 46.7% from the field, 37.7% from three. The Thunder, on the other hand, have been a revelation this season, jumping out to one of the best records in the league. Their high-powered offense has averaged 115.7 points per game and excels at spreading the floor with 14 threes per game. Ball control has been a highlight, with only 11.8 turnovers per game, making their offense fluid and efficient. However, it's Oklahoma City's defense that steals the show. They allow a league-low 100.2 points per game, backed by stifling shooting defense, holding opponents to just 40.4% from the field and 30.9% from three. They lead the NBA in steals with 12.9 per game and rank high in blocks, 7.3 per game, a true nightmare for opposing offenses. The last time these teams met, Oklahoma City dominated with a 105-92 win on the road. Now back at home, they'll try to repeat that performance, but playing on the second night of a back-to-back after facing Golden State could add fatigue into the mix. Meanwhile, the Clippers come in rested, fresh off a tight win over Toronto, and look to keep momentum going with a potential edge and energy. Historically, back-to-back games can drain teams, particularly on offense. For the Thunder, the fatigue factor might impact their scoring, especially if key player Chet Holmgren, dealing with a recent hip injury, sits out. His absence could create vulnerabilities, particularly in the paint, where the Clippers could exploit. The Clippers have quietly been dominant on the road with a 3-0 record, outscoring opponents by 8.8 points per 100 possessions, even against formidable teams like Denver and Golden State. They'll need that consistency to counter Oklahoma City's defensive wall at home, where the Thunder allowed just 96.5 points per 100 possessions and hold an impressive 17.3-point advantage per 100 possessions on their home court. I see this game staying tight and defensive, with the result likely decided in the final moments. While the Thunder have been strong, the Clippers' rest advantage could keep them in contention throughout. My money is on the Clippers covering the spread at plus 9.5 points, expecting a gritty, low-scoring clash that'll keep fans on the edge of their seats. Before we move on, I have a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying the content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing might seem like a small action, but it actually makes a big impact for us. Plus, it's completely free for you. Have you clicked that subscribe button? Awesome, thank you so much for your support. Now let's dive back into the video. The fourth prediction for today is for a game between the Sacramento Kings and San Antonio Spurs. In the last matchup of tonight's NBA slate, the San Antonio Spurs welcome the Sacramento Kings, setting up an intriguing clash between the young, promising Spurs and the more experienced Kings. With both teams looking to establish early season momentum, there's plenty riding on this game, especially given the new in-season tournament that's added a unique rhythm to the schedule. The Spurs are riding the excitement of their standout rookie, Victor Wembanyama, whose shot-blocking ability has been nothing short of spectacular. Wembanyama's defensive instincts have transformed the Spurs' paint presence, ranking them among the league's top teams in shot defense. Averaging a solid 4 blocks a game, he's quickly proving to be a game-changer for San Antonio. While they're still ironing out the growing pains typical of a young team, this Spurs squad is no pushover at home. San Antonio did hit a bump recently with a close loss to the Utah Jazz, despite being favored. That game showed both their potential and their struggles. Yet, it was a learning experience for the Spurs' key players like Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, and, of course, Wembanyama, who dropped 24 points and demonstrated just how comfortable he's becoming in the NBA. This core group is gaining valuable experience with every game, a crucial investment for their future. Meanwhile, the Kings are entering this game with some fatigue from playing on back-to-back nights, including a tough road game on Sunday. Sacramento's season has been a bit of a roller coaster, with a 5-4 record reflecting both their talent and their struggles to maintain consistency. They've shown flashes of strength, but have recently struggled to close out games, particularly with their challenging travel schedule. One of Sacramento's main challenges tonight will be their shooting. The Kings have had issues with three-point consistency, and against a Spurs team that excels at defending the paint, they'll be forced to rely on perimeter shots. Wembanyama's shot-blocking presence will make it tough to score inside, so the Kings' shaky three-point shooting could be their Achilles heel tonight. Although Sacramento has managed a decent road record, their defense has yet to reach the level needed to fully back up their offense. De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis bring star power to the lineup, but this team has yet to shake off the inconsistency that's dogged them in recent seasons, often faltering when the stakes rise. Tonight, I believe the Spurs have a solid chance to defend their court and cover the 1.5-point spread. With Wembanyama and a well-rested defense, San Antonio is in a good position to set the tempo and capitalize on Sacramento's tired legs. If the Spurs can keep up the defensive intensity and execute on both ends, I see them coming out on top in this one. Sacramento will push back, but I'm banking on San Antonio to pull through at home and cover the spread.